Welcome back. Here with Abi and Ian playing some nostalgic video games. We're working our way through Pokémon FireRed as a couple. And this is episode 24, and there's just a lot of chaos. So Ian's going to decide which branch of chaos we are delving forward towards today.
The branches of chaos need to be pruned so that order can reign, says I. So in the last few episodes, we've sort of finally cleaned up the mistakes I've been making with Mr. Mime and Articuno. We have a Articuno that knows Hidden Power Grass and has some pretty good EVs and pretty decent IVs. So now our job is to make a little bit more money because we're going to have to afford that Porygon and some other, maybe some other vitamins if we want them. Mm-hmm. But some areas that we haven't really explored are the bike route, which is here. We haven't gone anywhere here at all.
Oh, is that why it's blurry? Wait, why is it on the water?
I think it's a bike route over the water.
Oh.
We haven't done this section, and we haven't done any of the trainers here. So, Abby, would you like to start with the bike?
That sounds great.
Okay.
Let's get it done, because I want to level up Eevee, I want to level up Meowth,
Okay.
I want to level up Charizard,
Okay.
who isn't even in our party.
Oh, dear. Well, oh, dear. So, we'll start with the bike path, and I guess this episode, if we can finish the bike path and maybe one of the branches of the water, we'd be doing pretty swell. All right, well, let's just get going. Articuno is going to be our lead. We want to give him EVs by defeating Pokemon. We want to give him levels.
Do we get eggs in this game from someone in the wild? Someone randomly? Isn't there usually somebody who will just give you an egg and say, hatch this for me, you seem like a nice person?
If memory serves, we get a Togepi egg. But from whence, I am not sure.
Because that might be one of my top 3. I keep changing my mind. I keep seeing it on his toes. But as a result, he levels up none of my Pokemon.
Well, they'll be in the party. They just might not have the XP share. I totally forgot to heal. So I don't know how much PP we have on Articuno. Let's check after this.
Wow.
Yikes. Well, we're making some decent money, though. Let's see if it's worth it to go back into here.
The Water Labyrinth in 5 Island gives you the Togepi egg. Okay. And that's sad. You have to wait.
That's pretty sad. Well,
Why wouldn't you just go back and heal? You run in a battle.
We still have a little bit more juice in us, I think.
Koji is a cool name.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I think you've chosen the right route because these are kind of sub-level 30 Pokemon. And I think on the water it's more above level 30. So this makes sense to sort of grind up. Now, in terms of what to expect on the water, I thought, we have Hidden Power Grass. The water will not be a problem. But there is a Pokemon in this game that I think we're going to run into a lot on the water. Actually, several kinds that are going to kind of stymie our progress. Can you think of who I'm talking about?
You're just going to have to tell me.
So there are 2 poison water types in this game that I think are going to crop up a lot. One is Tentacool.
And one is Tentacruel.
And the other one is Kingdra.
Oh, you can find Kingdra in the wild?
Sorry, not Kingdra,
Seadra?
Seadra. I think the trainers are going to have
a
fair amount of those. And so the best we can do against them with the build we have right now is neutral damage with hidden power.
So you just have to be over-leveled.
We're just going to have to be high level. So the bike path makes a lot of sense, and then hopefully we can take down Tentacool's Hidden Power Grass. And Tentacruel's, we're never going to be able to one-shot them with neutral grass, so we'll have to two-shot them. So that would have... It's going to be okay. It would have been the benefit of an electric hidden power, but that's okay. Grass is fun.
You remember what we went through to get Hidden Power and then the Articuno. I feel good about where we left off, where we've finished our journey.
I think it's okay. You know what? You never know. If we ever meet a pure rock-type Pokemon, which I don't think they have in this game, we will be ready with Hidden Power Grass.
Wow. A little pessimistic.
Well, yeah, I know. It just occurred to me.
Articuno's amazing. Be nice to him.
He is amazing. He's trying to learn bite. No, he's not going to learn bite. We don't need that. We don't need him biting anybody.
No.
It's no good.
Biting people is mean.
So we haven't really talked about what kind of Pokemon we're going to eventually muster in this game, and then transfer to Pokemon Leaf Green. Do you have any preferiti?
Well, we're going to transfer all of the high-level Pokemon that we put a lot of effort into, all of the legendary Pokemon, obviously, and all the Pokemon that are region-locked, obviously.
But in terms of the early level Pokemon, so we can basically customize our team with like level 1 Pokemon right out of Pallet Town, or whenever we can first trade. Maybe it's after the first gym or whatever it is. But of course, our high level Pokemon we trade in, we won't be able to use basically ever, the way the badge system works. So maybe the first 6 we start are probably going to be our team that we sort of beat the gyms and the game with. So for your 3, do you have any preferred ones?
I don't think you can breed legendaries.
No, there won't be any legendaries in our level 1 team.
Maybe the Togepi?
Okay. Yeah, we can make that work.
I don't think you can have a Togekiss, but Togetic should be an option. And definitely an Eevee.
Okay, we'll throw in an Eevee. Well, it can even... Yeah, it can be an Eevee.
Well, we have to get all of the evolutions in both games because I said so. And I'm allowed to demand that. But we're going to have at least one in our forever party. And it would be more fun to start the game and play with an Eevee and sort of make it one of our sweepers.
Okay, I like that. Well, it would be nice. A Jolteon is a powerful...
Oh, I thought it was a Pokeball. It's a light. That was tricky.
I bet you there's some Pokemon in that grass there that we haven't caught yet.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, we're trying to up that Pokedex. 151, and we're at 50. Which is a third of the way there, and that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I think, for starters, I would recommend Squirtle. That's my second favorite. I know you prefer the grass type, so I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Wait, so you want Squirtle as our starter?
With the other game,
Okay.
because you have to pick one.
Oh, yes, I think so, too.
Yeah. But I feel strongly when you get a starter, you finish with the starter. So I think Squirtle Blastoise is great.
Okay, I like that.
And I feel that we should keep him or her in our party 100% of the time.
Okay, we can make that work. That's a good water type. So if we make the Eevee you wanted to, say, a Jolteon, that's a good lightning type. Okay, and a Squirtle for the water type. Anything else tickle your fancy?
Well, I said Togepi.
Oh, yeah. And that's a good...
It's a normal type in this.
Yeah.
I don't care. We're playing with him.
Okay.
And he's going to be our friend.
Oh, my goodness.
He's going to use metronome and confuse everybody.
That will be confusing. Okay, you're very adamant about this, I see. So those are good. Those are good 3. Okay, so if those are your 3 you're thinking of. And maybe Togetic can learn some boss moves. I don't know.
There was a biker guy on the other side of the road you did not fight.
Yes. Now, you probably don't know because your hands aren't on the controller, but the path actually sucks you down. So I will try and make my way over, but it's not...
Oh, there's gravity.
There's some
We're
sort
on a
of...
hill.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're on a hill.
I
How
didn't
is
know that.
grass against fighting?
Pretty good.
Just great.
Good job.
Nice work, Articuno.
Good work, Artie.
Yeah, we should rename him Artie. A primate. Well, soon we'll go back and heal, and then we'll finish it off. I wonder how far down the road we are visually, like if we looked at the map.
I don't think we can check. I think if there's gravity, you don't have the ability to do that.
Probably not, but we're going to make our way over to our biker friend here. Fight us quick. We crashed into him. You heading to Fuchsia?
I think that is a valid reason to demand to fight somebody with Pokemon if they crash their bicycle into your Harley.
Yeah, it was pretty rude, but even so, violence is not the answer.
Never.
Pokefans.
No.
But
Although if we listen back to some of our previous episodes, we may have laughed at some violence, but it's all in video game fun. It's not for real life.
Violence between Pokemon, however, is
hysterical, apparently.
Apparently a very good basis. Oh, oops. Grass versus poison. That is going to go about as well as you'd expect.
Great.
Wow, Articuno, you are beastly.
Well, he's pretty much double that guy, so...
Yeah, true.
Oh my gosh. This is kind of fun. New area. I remember one of my favorite things about Diamond was every time you went to a new town, the biome dramatically changed. And I always thought that was just the best thing ever. Because it really... Visually, you knew, okay, I'm in a new place. There is new weather happening. There's new colors happening. And I always appreciated the effort they put in to make it so good.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I think that's one thing we're only here. That's one thing you'll really like about...
we're not even in the water yet.
Pokemon Emerald, if we play it through it. There's some pretty fun desert biomes.
Ooh.
There's... I don't know if they have it in this game. I don't think so. But there's the HM... dive in Pokemon Emerald, and so you actually battle Pokemon under the water.
You do?
You do.
I don't think I've ever experienced that. I know for Wind and Wave, they sort of hinted that that might be an option because they showed some footage underwater from the official trailer. Mm-hmm. Also, why do they keep delaying it? It's already been almost 3 years since they announced Wind and Wave, and now they're delaying it till 2027, essentially another year. I know it was only supposed to be release in the Thanksgiving sort of time period of 2026, so it's not delayed by potentially that much. But if they wait till Thanksgiving 2027, that's a huge delay. They better be making this MMO. They better be adding something to this game to make it worth having to buy a Switch 2 and wait all this time for more Pokemon.
Abby's a bit salty at this time, and I don't blame her. It is sort of a trend that games are being sort of postponed a lot, and I don't claim to know enough about the industry to understand exactly why, but for example...
Do we need to go in that water, by the by, or down that side path?
Well, my thinking was to fish in it.
That's a great idea. I keep thinking those stupid streetlights are Pokeballs. I keep getting excited, and they're just streetlights. Why do they look like that? That's so mean.
This isn't the time to use that.
Oh, then what's the point?
It's not here, like,
then what's the point?
I guess it's just a water feature.
That's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
If this guy doesn't have a Voltorb, someone totally messed up his captions. I also do like... Oh, good. It's his only Pokemon. Good. Alright, I'm good. That was not false advertising. Who spent all that time... Because you fight so many people in Pokemon. Who spent the time creating little... words and quips for every single one of them? There must be hundreds of individual one-liners and insults that these people use. Mm-hmm. Someone put a lot of effort into that.
I think so. I mean, ground it out. I mean, let's say, just hypothetically though, to play the devil's advocate, how do we not trigger this guy? Let's say it takes 2 minutes to write a script for each NPC like this. So you could really do 30 an hour. So in 10 hours you could do a lot.
But still, it's still effort they put in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could have reused some, but I feel like they're all very individual. They're pretty impressive.
Yeah, you can imagine the poor translator who had to translate them all from
Japanese.
Yeah, to all... I mean, I'm sure Pokemon is available in basically every wide-spoken language. I would be shocked if it weren't. Be a rebel, says this fellow.
So, I don't know if you know this, but in Japan, they had a special box edition of Pokemon FireRed and Pokemon Leaf Green for this Switch release. Mm-hmm. And in it were 3 sort of Pokeball orbs. Picture, those glass... spheres that sit on a little wooden base, and then you have a light that goes on them and it makes them look cool. So they had one for each of the starters, and it kind of looked like it was, you could sort of see them because it was etched in the glass inside. It was very pretty. So it was the 3 starters in their Pokeballs, and it looked kind of cool. And it turned out it's only available in Japan. But moreover, there's no physical copy of the game, even though it's for the Switch. It just gives you a code to play it online. So even if you buy this really expensive physical copy of the game, why are we going back up?
Because I see a strip of land to the left of us. But...
I figured we'd just go back up the path that way. Because I think you have to do the whole path twice to do both roads. But I just thought it was funny that they made this super deluxe special edition in this box with all these things, and you don't even get a copy of the game to take home with you. You just get a code. What are these signs?
What are these signs? Cherry tips. Press the B button. Huh, I did not know that. Okay. Was there? I didn't see anybody over there, so this is a long road.
You didn't fight that guy.
Not
Now
this
we
guy.
are. And we should maybe go right as well, just to peek our heads in. See what's up.
Baker Jackson.
Is wheezing.
So, yeah, that's one thing I did notice about sort of the big ticket video games in the last couple of years. I'm thinking of Baldur's Gate, for example. The early access came out, I want to say felt like 2 years. It could have been more or less, but...
Oh, the original Baldur's Gate?
No, Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, so that was before COVID. They released, because you remember during COVID in 2019, we played the early release part of the game together back when we lived in Niagara. And we only found out they finished the game last year.
Yeah, I feel like it got released in 2025 sometime, like the full...
Yeah, maybe 2024, but still recently. But it was like somewhere between 2016 and I want to say 2018, they released the early access to that. That was a long time coming.
And we also looked into another game that I quite like, Titan Quest 2. And we got that early access, and then it's just sort of been in stasis. So, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, from a consumer perspective, it's more enticing just to...
Get the whole game?
Get the whole game, or if the early access is follows, or like if the full release follows hot on the heels of the early access.
I mean, I get that it's a way for them to make money if they're having trouble with production, but it's not really fair to the people who've given you their money and are just sort of waiting forever for this game to be released.
Yeah, I see the economics of it, but I mean that was never an issue before, and I guess it's just a way of min-maxing.
And the thing with Pokemon specifically is the same thing I feel about Scooby-Doo. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to use the best graphics in the world. The heart has to be there, and you don't have to work that hard to hit the heart of what makes it great. You know, they could even just spend for the next couple years just rebranding the original games we love so much. Maybe make it so you can have more Pokemon in each of them. I can't imagine that would be too hard to do because they have access to all the code, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, all the intellectual property is there.
Yeah.
All Pokefans, and Pokefans are at this point, I think the average age we looked up was like 25 to 34 or something, or more even older.
It was 18 to 35 now. It's mostly millennials playing Pokemon at this time. A lot of the young people are doing whatever they're doing. But it's mostly adults with adult money. So it's weird that they're not tailoring more to the adults who love the franchise and are their best consumers, and also are often, you know, dinks, double income, no kids. Because a lot of millennials fall into that category more so than previous generations, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like, to me, the way Nintendo could do it would be sort of like, yeah, like you said, Abi, an MMORPG. Sort of think Warcraft, but instead of, you know, you play as like a dwarf or a barbarian or a gnome, pyromaniac. I don't know what the classes are. We didn't play a lot of World of Warcraft. But instead of that, just with Pokemons,
Yeah.
doing quests and being in guilds and finding items and...
Well, Temtem did it. Temtem is one of the Pokemon-esque games that came out, and they did a great job with an open world. They had 2 levels of shiny Pokemon, or Temtems, and it was a lot of fun to play with you.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously their budget is less than Niantic's, and they still made an incredible game. And I firmly believe that Pokemon, we have money, adults. We have bills, but we have more money than children. We don't have to ask our parents' permission to buy an $800 Switch 2 if you make it enticing enough for us. So come on, give us an MMORPG for Pokemon. We will pay a yearly fee. We will pay for cosmetics and upgrades and access to events. We don't even care. Just let us play online together.
I think Pokemon is a magical game. And then I bet you if you looked at the demographic split of sort of male-female identifying users, you would find it a lot closer to 50-50 than a lot of games, I'm guessing. And so that's why, for sort of traditional couples, it's a great game, I think for every couple, but especially for traditional couples. It's a great way to make money, like Abby said, off of people who are dual income, no kids. Like Abby and I fall into that category pretty squarely. A lot of our social circle does. So, yes, that would be something we would be very interested in, and we're hoping that Wind and Waves
might be that. And just as a fun aside, I looked it up because I was curious.
Mm-hmm.
For the video games, it is a 50-50 split. For the trading card game, it's slightly more male-dominated. For Pokemon Go, it's slightly more female-dominated. Figure that one out.
Yeah, I mean, in Pokemon Go, there's a little bit less emphasis on...
strategy?
Well, I found that the competitive combat side of Pokemon Go is reduced, and the completionism and the organization and the raid socializing is higher.
Mm-hmm.
And so obviously, there's a lot of generalizations that play into that. But when Abby and I look at our own gaming preferences,
mm-hmm.
I'm far more interested in the minutia of the competitive side, and Abby's far more interested in the gathering side of things.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's different, and there's lots of different preferences, but I can see... I love Pokemon Go. I play it. I try to play it every day. I have this one quest I've been trying to complete for 3 years. And one of the requirements is to interact with my buddy every day for 20 days, and I have not managed to accomplish this quest in years. I got to day 19 once, and then the next day I just didn't go on Pokemon Go. I keep having things happen in my life where I just don't log into the app for a whole day. And all I have to do is pet my buddy or give it a puffin or a berry or something. The bar is so low. But I just have not been able to accomplish that as a fun aside.
Thanks. But all this to say, Pokemon has pretty well bridged the gap between different demographics and
different play styles too.
Different play styles, and it's never really jumped the shark.
What do you mean?
There's an expression, I don't even know what show it is. I know it's a character called the Fawns, and I know in one episode of whatever show he was on in the 70s or 80s. I can't remember what the show was. But at one episode, the character, the Fawns, I think, drives a motorcycle over a shark. I don't think he runs it over, I think it leaps over the shark. And that was sort of the death, the swan song of the show, because I guess fans said they were trying too hard, because the show was dying out, so they just sort of got sensational with it.
Wow.
And so that's where the expression jump the shark comes from, when a show is knows it's tapering out, and then just does something goofy.
Well, I don't know who the Fawns is. I've never heard that expression, but I appreciate you teaching me something.
Well, yeah, It's pretty bad. I should know, but I don't. It's a little before my time.
Well, the thing is, I think it might be out of our interest. I don't know what show it is, but it's probably not a show we would gravitate towards because we watch, as an example, MASH. Mm-hmm. And that show was in, the 60s, 70s? It was airing. Our parents watched it when they were young, And it was around the time of some kind of war, right?
Yeah, that was the Korean War.
Yeah.
Yeah, MASH was very, very good. I don't know. Have you heard the expression, jump the shark?
No, it was 1972 it premiered, so the 70s. But, we like that show. I'm going to Google who the Fonz is. Who is the Fonz?
And look up Jump the Shark. Make sure I'm not...
Happy Days. Oh, I've heard of the show Happy Days. Oh, I've never seen it, though. Jump the Shark. Oh my gosh. Is an idiom describing the moment a creative work, often a TV show, passes its peak, resulting in a decline in quality when a brand concept introduces a desperate gimmick or implausible new idea to maintain relevance. So exactly what you said. I don't know if I could take someone who calls themselves the Fonz seriously. Maybe.
If I recall, his character looked a lot like Elvis.
No, it shows you his character. And I've seen this actor before in other things. But back in the day when he was starring in Happy Days, he does look very much like Elvis. It's crazy. Or a little bit like what John Travolta in Grease.
Yeah, I think it was that era, that haircut, that highly product stylized hair for males. So
apparently it had 11 seasons, so they did something right to be able to keep the show going for that long.
Ooh, do we have a tentacle? We do.
We do indeed. You hath caught one for us. Thank you, Ian.
You're welcome. Now here's a double battle, so let's just see. Who's that?
Meowth, that's right.
Meowth?
Wait, do you have to take away whatever it's holding?
Oh, yeah.
Silly goose.
Oh, it's an oranberry.
Yeah, you gotta check on... I forgot to. We gotta check on that Meowth every so often.
True enough. I don't know if these guys want to battle us as a teamsies. Leah, I'm looking after my brother.
He just became a trainer. No, he didn't, because we just became trainers, and that kid is half our age. He did not become a trainer. He is not 10, because we don't look 10. We're 10, and we don't look like that. You can't tell me years have passed since we started this journey. I know it feels like it, but it's not possible.
Yeah, it's... I don't think the rules... I think Pallet Town has different rules than wherever this person is from.
Yeah.
I guess they start off when they're 3. Gosh. They say if you really want to master a skill, you should start very young.
What is it, 10,000 hours you're supposed to spend on something to become an expert? Is that what they say? Or is it 100,000 hours?
So, yeah, I've heard that expression for, if you want to master a difficult skill, it takes 10,000 hours.
It is 10,000, okay.
So, some musical instrument or some profession. It's probably not that helpful, the yardstick, but I guess the idea is it takes a long time.
I'm not mad about that. I concede that when you see people who are extremely successful and they give interviews about the skills that they have, often they express that they spent a long time. Idina Menzel, who, for me, famously was the first lady to play Elphaba in Wicked on Broadway. She was the first one, and that's why I think she's awesome. But she also played Elsa in Frozen, which was also an incredible movie. And she has done other amazing things as well. But she gave an interview once, and she said, I don't remember how many, but she said she has to warm up for hours, as in more than one. And that was crazy to me, because she sings so well, and just thinking about how every single day, not only does she have to sing for hours to practice, but she has to warm up her voice for hours. The dedication that takes. So I would believe, people talented like her, who have an incredible skill, do spend hours and hours and thousands of hours in order to hone that skill and maintain that skill.
Yeah, I think it adds up.
Yeah, it also helps me feel better that I cannot sing. Because if she spent hours just warming up, I don't have time for that. So it makes me feel better that I have spent very little time trying to hone my skill, and then when I sing, my cat comes to, I think, comfort me in my last moments, is what he's thinking. So, but at least I get to hang out with him. That's a good way to summon my cat, just sing to him. And he becomes very concerned, but that just means he loves me, I think.
That is proof. All right, well, I feel like we've done pretty well. We've been sort of cleaning up the trainers we didn't get to before, and I bet you our money's not too bad. Let's,
Are you going to spend it on again?
Oh, we're gonna go to Meowth.
Yeah.
Item.
I wonder what items Meowth can get. Maybe we should look that up next episode.
I thought rare candy was one of them, but maybe if you have to be higher level.
Maybe. I truly don't know. Okay, so rare candy, nugget, ultra ball, great ball, potion, full restore, revive, leftovers, PP up, and an array of berries.
Okay.
That's fun.
That is fun. What I'm thinking actually is, since we can use minion again, next time we run out of PP, I'm just going to switch to minion. But anyway, let's end it there. And then in the next episode, we're hopefully going to clean up the other
Random trainers on our path.
random trainers on the waterways.
And then, are we going to the gym?
Then we're going to clean up the... Do you remember that kind of burglar infested... It's like decrepit museum on Cinnabar Island?
And then can we get can we revive the fossil and get the old revive the Aerodactyl?
Yeah, we can do that probably because we have all the tools for that.
Nice. I'm excited about that.
So waterways, old
building
house, Amber, then Blaine.
Okay, beautiful.
Then onwards.
Okay, see you guys next time.